I'm Rolf Rosenkrantz, and I'm here in Washington, D.C. with Anick Supplice from PSI in Haiti. Anick, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
So Anick, how would you describe Haiti's status in development right now?
As you know, in 2010 we were hit with a major earthquake, and ever since all the steps have been put in place very slowly, but being put in place to be able to get us to a higher level of development through progress, through communication, through coordination with all the sectors that are involved.
And PSI is one of the many NGOs that has a presence there. How is it communicating first with the authorities there that are of course driving the National Development Plan, as well as the myriads of NGOs and international groups?
In that sense, I think at PSI we're very well positioned in the way that we have a close relationship with the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Education, Social Affairs, and with the government in itself. We've been in Haiti since 1989, therefore we've been a local organization ever since. And after the earthquake, more and more we were able to put in place to show how the importance of being linked to a PSI, to the PSI network, and all this international possibility was important in how it played a role, because it really allowed us to help the ministry after the earthquake to be back and being able to work properly. One thing that we do very much is support the ministry. Right now, the Ministry of Health does not get direct funding, and what we as PSI make sure is that all the projects and programs that we implement, one, they're approved by the Ministry of Health beforehand, and also that the objectives that we set are part of the national strategic plan of the ministry in itself. And I think that in itself is one way for us to help drive development in Haiti.
And what do you think will it take for, let's say, the health ministry to receive budget support rather than just have international donors give money directly to NGOs like PSI?
I think more and more the ministry, they're working towards that. They've now created in their offices a specific section that works on grants and contracts. So I think more and more work is being done to allow them to receive direct funding. For example, we are, PSI Haiti, we're the principal recipient for a malaria program with the Global Fund in Haiti. And in that grant, one of our objectives was to help the Malaria National Control Program to be able to manage the funds directly. And we can honestly say that we're getting there with them. The National Malaria Control Program is at a time in their lives where they can actually do that. And the ministry, in addition to looking at what is being done in terms of malaria, but also has set up this office in their whole system to be able to receive funding. This is something that's very important to our Prime Minister, Mr. Lamotte, who is very keen on having different donors give the funding directly to the government, directly to the Ministry of Health.
And what impact do you think that might have on the implementer community over there if the contracts now eventually come through the government?
At the end of the day, the work that us implementers were doing is for the country. It's for the Ministry of Health. So I think with the funding that would go directly to them, it puts us in a position, us NGOs in general, to have to collaborate more. Because the ministry in itself will never be able to implement our programs. Programs will have to, partners on the field will have to continue to do the work. But I think it would help others who are not like PSI or a lot of other NGOs, that are working, who are part of the program, part of the solution, and work hand in hand with the Ministry of Health. I think it will allow a better coordination to make sure that the Ministry of Health is the one responsible to make sure that all the different health aspects or development aspects that have been identified as a priority for the country, that they're being met, they're not being duplicated, and every partner has its role to play in that section.
All right, well, I wish you all the best in your work.
Thank you very much.
And thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you, it was my pleasure.